Have you ever felt like an imposter or like a fraud in your own life? Man, I have. And I struggle with imposter syndrome. Do you? Do you know what imposter syndrome is? It's real, and it's now more prevalent than ever. So as the market shifts and things start to change, my biggest fear is that sales professionals, and really it doesn't even have to be sales professionals, you start to feel like an imposter. I built my company over the last 6 years, and we've had an amazing run of success, and we've really, I believe, helped change people's lives. And I feel really good until the critic starts raising his voice inside my head. And you start feeling like imposter syndrome. And imposter syndrome is when your confidence is below your competence, where you don't believe you are as good as you actually are. And the problem with imposter syndrome is it's that critic rearing its head saying, I am not the cause and effect of the success or the failures in my life. And the biggest challenge I see psychologically with our sales professionals right now is that imposter syndrome might start to creep in. And the reason is because the last 2 years we've heard how great the market is. The market is so great, the market is amazing, the market is producing these sales. And if you heard this, you might have started to believe that it wasn't you that created your success, it was the market. And now all of a sudden, the market's changed and maybe you're not having as much success, and you start creating these stories that say, oh my gosh, were they right? Was all of my success grounded on what the market did? Oh my gosh, what if they find out I'm a fraud? What if I lose everything I've got? Well, the other night I was lying in bed. I woke up in the middle of the night, which is very rare, and I started having these imposter thoughts. And it reminded me of a scene from Rocky III. If you've never seen Rocky III, it's an iconic scene. And it's the pivotal scene. You know, there's a pivotal scene in every movie. And it's that pivotal scene, Apollo Creed and Rocky Balboa are running on a beach. And Apollo Creed keeps beating him. And he's just not giving it his all. And Apollo Creed goes, what's wrong with you? And Rocky just kind of fades out. Here, watch for yourself.
I mean, what happened? How did everything that was so good get so bad?
What's so bad? Tell me, what?
I wrecked everything by not thinking for myself. I mean, why couldn't Mickey tell me where I was really at right from the start? He didn't have to carry me and lie to me and make me think I was better than I really was when I wasn't.
He never lied.
Those fights weren't right. They weren't, Adrian. I never fought anybody who was all in their prime. I was always some angle to hold on to the title longer than I should have had it. I mean, do you understand what I'm saying here?
I understand, but you've got to understand that he loved you, and that was his job, protecting you.
Look, that protecting don't help nothing. It only makes things worse. You wake up after a few years thinking you're a winner, but you're not. You're really a loser. And so we wouldn't have had the title as long. So what? At least it would have been real, Adrian.
It was real.
Nothing is real if you don't believe in who you are. I don't believe in myself no more. Don't you understand? What if I don't believe? That's it. He's finished. It's over. That's it.
That's not it!
That is it!
Why don't you tell me the truth?
What are you putting me through, Adrian? You want to know the truth? The truth is I don't want to lose what I got. In the beginning, I didn't care about what happened to me. I go in the ring, I get busted up. I didn't care. But now there's you, there's the kid. I don't want to lose what I got.
What do we have that can't be replaced? What? A house. We got cars. We got money. We got everything but the truth. What's the truth, damn it?
I'm afraid, all right? You want to hear me say it? You want to break me down? All right, I'm afraid. For the first time in my life, I'm afraid.
I'm afraid, too. There's nothing wrong with being afraid.
There is. For me, there is.
Why, you're human, aren't you?
Look, I don't know what I am. All I know is I'm a liar.
And you'll see what he says in the video is that he's afraid. He's afraid to lose what he's got. And of course, Adrian is the sound of reason. So Rocky's got the critic in his voice, and Adrian is the sound of reason. And the problem is when you have this success, you start to become afraid of losing what you got because you don't believe that you're the cause and effect of the success or failures in your life. That is imposter syndrome. What's the antidote to imposter syndrome? The antidote to imposter syndrome is raising your confidence to your competence. We don't want your competence to be above your competence. That's delusional. We want it to be your competence to be the same place as your competence. Well, how do you do that? The single greatest way to overcome imposter syndrome is cause and effect behavior. When you know the recipe of what you did to get what you got. And so at the end of the day, I know I did this, which caused this, and the effect was that. I know I showed up in my model home. I took somebody through all the milestones. I asked for a clear next step. I asked for the sale. I got the sale. I created that sale, not the market. Well, that raises your confidence. Do you know your recipe for everything you do? So I was up all night and I'm laying in bed, and the imposter syndrome is like, oh my gosh, what if the last 6 years have been so great, but what if it wasn't me? What if it was the market? What if I lose this? What if I lose all the success we've had? What am I going to do? Oh my gosh, they're going to find out I'm a fraud. I don't know what I'm doing. Oh my goodness. And I eventually fell back asleep, and my alarm went off shortly thereafter at 4:30, and I had to go to the gym. But I just wanted to pull the covers over my head. But I remembered I got to know the recipe. I got to start believing in what I'm doing. I'm the cause and effect of the success of my life. So I dragged myself to the gym. 4:30 in the morning, I literally dragged me. I didn't want to go to the gym. But see, here's something the critic cannot talk about. The critic can't debate whether you actually did the work. The critic can't say, I didn't go to the gym. I did go to the gym. The critic can't say, I didn't do the work. I did the work. I know I did the work. The single greatest thing to shut the critic up inside your head is doing the work and knowing the recipe, cause and effect behavior. This week, I want you to focus on cause and effect behavior. I did this, which caused that, and the effect is that. If you know that, your confidence will rise, it'll meet your competence, away goes imposter syndrome. Make sure you know cause and effect behavior, and you unlock the key to combating the critic in your head.